welcome to my Tarot Corner, and hello to all of my new subscribers. You are all considered my new dewdrops, and I have to start with saying that these are all my thoughts and opinions. This is a vibrational tarot reading for entertainment purposes only, and everything that I say can be either true or not true. It's in your discretion only, but these are my thoughts and opinions alone. Okay, so after that intro, I am doing today a little bit of payback to people that asked me for readings on all kinds of issues, and this one is about the friendship between Elton John and David Furnish and the Harkles. Are they still friends? Are they still cooperating? Is David Furnish still working with Meghan on Pearl? What is going on with that friendship? This is the Gregory Scott Tarot, a very beautiful tarot deck. It's not new. I've used it before, but since there are so many new subscribers, so I need to tell you what it is. So it is another take on the Rider-Waite Tarot, but it is very fun and beautiful artwork. Okay, so let's start. I'm starting with clearing the deck. And now let's start asking. So, Elton John and David Furnish friendship with the Harkles. Are they still friends with Harry and Meghan? Are they still cooperating with Harry and Meghan on a project for Netflix? What is the state of the friendship? What is the state of the friendship between Elton John, David Furnish, and Harry and Meghan? Okay, so I'm cutting the deck, and this is also a spread that I've used before to look at a state of a friendship. And the first card is the history of that friendship, and we get the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man, it is a major arcana card. It is a very spiritual card that speaks about changing point of view. So this card is a card that actually speaks about changing the perspective, and this is a card that speaks about someone who feels that he's sacrificing himself, someone who is feeling that he is always right, but not necessarily smart. You know, sometimes you say that it's better to be smart even if you're not right. I mean, even if you're right, sometimes you should give up the struggle because it's the smart thing to do. But when the Hangman comes up, it's a person or an archetype of people that keep feeling that they are in the right, and they will keep the struggle no matter what. This is a card that speaks about feeling sacrificial, feeling that you are self-sacrificing yourself, stubbornness in a way, and being stuck, being in between. And I think that this is how Elton John felt. He felt in between the Harkles and the royal family, and he felt that he was like dangling between them. And if you can see here, this Hanged Man has two angels that are trying to each trying to pull him to their own side. Not that I think that the Harkles are angels, but it does look like a person that feels that he's in between two people, two groups, the royal family on one side, the Harkles on the other side. And in a way, Elton John felt felt that he needs to change his perspective, he needs to change his point of view. So this is the history of that friendship. Now, what do they have in common? So in common, what they have is the Two of Pentacles. So this is another card that speaks about the need, or this being in this place of being in a fake conflict. Someone who is skeptic and insecure. So this is like what they have in common. And usually, what do I mean when I say fake conflict? That you actually know what you are going to do, but to the outside world, you are showing as if you are juggling, as if you are in this fake conflict. And both the Harkles and both Elton John and David Furnish were in this fake conflict state. And Elton John especially, and David Furnish, he has this conflict because David Furnish is supposed to produce Pearl with Meghan, and David Furnish is not a very busy producer. And the first project he worked on, as far as I know, was a big flop. So Elton John himself was in this fake conflict position of, and it is concerned with money, because David Furnish is being paid for that, and that's why we got the Two of Pentacles, for example, and not the Two of Swords, which is also about being in a place where you need to choose. And he felt that for his partner, he needed to be on Harry and Meghan's side, and Harry and Meghan themselves are trying to show that they are in this fake conflict place. But this is a card that just shows their insecurities and their neglection of their projects, and not deciding what they really should be doing. So what are the differences between both couples? And we get the Tower. Okay, so the Tower card is a card that speaks about foundations, and I get this card with Meghan quite a lot. And this card is telling us, this is a warning card. This is a card that is telling us that their foundation, the foundation of this friendship, is very, very fragile. This is a card that tells us that they had this tendency to run forward, but losing everything because of that. They did not let's say they did not do the contract between David Furnish and them in the right way. This is a card of betrayals. This is a card of foundations of friendship that is very, very fragile, and it is about to collapse. When this card comes along, it just negatively aspects everything in this reading. This is a card that shows recklessness. This is a card that shows tendency to do errors. This is a card that shows superficiality. And I believe that Elton John and David Furnish realized that Harry and Meghan are very, very superficial. And this is a card that shows that this friendship is doomed. This is what this card is telling us in the most clear way, and it is a bad aspect to all of the cards in this reading. So from now on, I'm just going to see the cards in their negative ways. So how do David Furnish and and Elton John see Meghan and Harry, and the card that I get is the Three of Pentacles. And as I told you, I am looking at the Three of Pentacles from the negative side. So this is usually a card of recognition and reward, but when it is negatively aspected, we see someone who needs high reward and fast. This is, they see them as materialistic, people that lose interest very, very easily, some people that are petty, mediocre, and they have this over need of approval by society. This is how Elton John and David Furnish see the Harkles right now. Okay, and how do the Harkles see David Furnish and Elton John? And we get the Ace of Wands. And once again, as I told you, this is badly aspected because of the Tower. So we're looking at the negative aspects of this amazing card, because it is an amazing card. It is a card of energy, of being able to realize your wishes in the material world. But the Harkles see that with envy. They look at Elton John and David Furnish. They see Elton John with all of his successes. They see how amazing he is, and they are envy. So they see them as, so they are, this is the Harkles. They are impatient, they are impulsive, and they are looking at the David Furnish and Elton John, and are giving them all kinds of attributes that are not exactly their own, but this is how they see them. So they probably see Elton John as someone who is egocentric and arrogant, someone who is maybe David Furnish lost interest in that project of Pearl. So they feel like this is like anger about that as well. So this is a card that shows us that the Harkles are so envious in Elton John and David Furnish for Elton John's success, because David Furnish is not a successful producer, but Elton John is very successful, and the Harkles are resentful for that. Okay, so right now, what is the current state of that friendship? And the current state of that friendship is the Six of Pentacles. So this is just funny, because Six of Pentacles is a card, first of all sixes are cards of second chances. So it looks to me like the Harkles are asking for a second chance from David Furnish and Elton John. The Six of Pentacles is a card that speaks about you get what you deserve. If you're giving, then you are getting what you back. If you're not giving, then you're not getting back. And this is the state of the relationship. This is a give and take relationship. Right now, this relationship is all based on money and on a give and take relationship, and the Harkles are asking for a second chance from David Furnish and Elton John. They right now understand that this friendship is about to collapse. They see that they probably got even a notice from David Furnish that he's not continuing. I'm not sure. I mean, we haven't heard about it, but it does look like it. And they are asking for a second chance. This is what the Six of Pentacles is all about. And they are asking to get more than they deserve, but this card is negatively aspected, so it shows us disappointment. It shows us people that are relying on luck and not on their actions. Okay, so what can we see for the future? Will they get together? Will Elton John and David Furnish come forward and give them this second chance? And this is for the near future. And in the near future, I see the star. Okay, so the star is actually a card that speaks about loving energy, about being naive in a way. But once again, I'm talking about the negative aspects of this card. Now, this card is a card of need for mental health, okay? Because this card is about opening a Pandora box, taking out everything that is locked inside of you. When it is negatively aspected, it is a card of illusion, of arrogance, of tendency to surrender to another person, and fear of talking about problems. This is a card of being blocked and being pessimistic. So I don't see Elton John and David Furnish giving them that chance or that second chance very easily, but they are thinking about it, because the star card does have this loving and naive energy in it. So they are, especially Elton John, still remembers Harry as he used to be, still remembers Diana, and all of these things are getting into his deliberation and into his considerations on whether or not to continue with this relationship. So this is what the star is talking about. And the last card is the long-term outcome. And the long-term outcome is the Two of Cups. Okay, so the Two of Cups, once again, it is a card that is talking about the need to be active. This is a card that says that you do not have, you cannot wait for them to be the suitors. You need to court them. So in the long term, I see the Harkles courting Elton John and David Furnish, and trying to get them back together, trying to get that relationship going. This is what they are trying to. This is what they are aspiring to. This is what they are trying. Once again, because this is negatively aspected, this is a card that shows that they will fail because they are not seeing reality as it is. This is a card that says that they believe that everything is just coming from above, and that there is no use to act. So even if they do try to court them, they will not be doing that in the right way. They will still be passive, and they will not get to that loving relationship that they used to have. So this is what I see for the long term. Now, the Oracle cards, it's the soul journey, and let's see, I'm going to take one card for the Harkles and one for Elton John and David Furnish. So first, let's just shuffle it a little bit. Okay, so clearing the deck. Okay, so Harry and Meghan's energy in relation to Elton John and David Furnish. Okay, so what card do we get? And we get patience. Okay, so they think that if they show patience and show that they accept that everything is happening in divine order. So that's exactly what the Two of Cups in the negative is talking about. They think that that will allow them to get Elton John and David Furnish back on their side. So this is how the oracles feel. Let's see how do the Elton John and David Furnish feel. So first I'm clearing the deck. And Elton John and David Furnish, energy towards the oracles. And this is the second card, indecision. So they haven't decided yet. They are still in deliberation. They haven't decided yet. But as I told you, the Tower card just shows that this relationship is doomed. But right now, they are still talking about it. They haven't made their decision yet. So I hope you liked it. And if you did, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Leave me a comment. I just love to read your comments, and whenever I can, I answer. And if you want me to read on anything, just send me an email, please. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.